Welcome back to another episode of Video Game Food in Real Life. Today I'll be making the meat pie shown in Zelda Breath of the Wild. In Breath of the Wild, you can use any source of protein to create the meat pie as long as you have goat butter, tabantha wheat, and rock salt. Meat pie is so delicious and I can't wait to share my variation with you. I hope you guys try this recipe. Let's get started. You'll need one small yellow onion, cut in half, peeled, and then sliced into julienne. Don't worry about the thickness as long as you slice them all evenly and as thin as you can. I promise you this will turn out great. Next, take a shallot. You're going to cut it in half, peel it, then again slice it into julienne. We're going to add those shallots to the onion bowl as we're going to caramelize these together. Next, we'll be preparing our chicken. You're going to need one chicken breast, boneless and skinless, then dice into nice small bite-sized pieces. You're also going to need 2 chicken thighs that are boneless and skinless. Remove any skin, any extra fat, then dice it into small bite-sized pieces. I like using a mixture of chicken breast and chicken thigh because it gives it more flavor, and also the chicken breast in this gets really tender. Now we'll be seasoning the chicken with about 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, and a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Add in about 1 tablespoon of grapeseed oil or vegetable oil to a large sauté pan and caramelize your onions and shallots. Add in a pinch of salt halfway through caramelizing, then once they're all caramelized, push them off to the side to create space for the chicken. Give everything a quick mix to make sure everything is combined. Then we're going to add in a tablespoon of rice wine. This is a brand I use, it's on screen. If you don't have access to rice wine, you can also replace it with vodka, soju, or even white wine. Just make sure you cook all the alcohol out. Cooking off the alcohol will only take about 2 to 5 minutes depending on how much chicken you have. Now we're going to add in about half a tablespoon of soy sauce. The soy sauce will help give us an extra depth of flavor as well as make a nice colored gravy. Stir to combine, then we're going to cover it and cook on medium-high heat for about 5 minutes. Remove the lid, then give everything a mix to make sure nothing is sticking, and then we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Adding flour will help us thicken the sauce into a nice gravy, and while it's baking in the air fryer, it'll create a nice jammy filling with the chicken. Remove from heat, and now let's make an egg wash. We're going to need 2 egg yolks and about a tablespoon of water. Mix it all together, then set aside. Brush your air fryer grate with some oil to prevent the pies from sticking. You're going to need 1 package of puff pastry. Make sure it's thawed and at room temperature. Then we're going to roll it out until the sheets are a little bit thinner and longer. Don't forget that puff pastry will shrink after you leave it to the side for a little bit, so don't worry if your puff pastry is a little bit shorter when you place the other piece on top. You'll see me reproduce that problem in a little bit. But for now, let's make sure we dust everything properly with flour, continue to roll, and use your favorite circle cookie cutter to cut out the pies. I'm using the cookie cutter right now, not pressing down to cut out the shape, but as a mold and as a guide to see where I'm going to be putting the chicken filling. This recipe yields about 6 circle pies and also 1 large pie using the scraps at the end. Allow yourself to work with the filling after it's been cooled longer. If you think it's too hot, I just have chef fingers, so everything is not hot to me anymore. Now we'll be spreading egg wash around each portion of chicken filling. This will act as the glue when we place the other sheet of puff pastry on top. So right now, I forgot that the other sheet of puff pastry will have shrunk back down to its original size. So what you can do is just place it on top and gently stretch it with your fingers. And using a cupping motion with your hands, push down onto the puff pastry to seal the edges and then cut it out with the cookie cutter. I'm using a 3-inch circle cookie cutter, but you can also make these into little triangles too. Once the pies are cut out, place them into the air fryer, then brush the tops with egg wash. Then you're going to cut into it using a knife to create little slits in the center of each pie. Don't be afraid to re-roll your scraps out and make a giant pie. I did that with my extra filling and basically made a giant empanada or handheld pie. Air fry the pies at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 6 minutes. And now for the reveal. Mom, you should try it.
Okay.
I made a meat pie from Breath of the Wild, the Zelda game I play.
Pretty good. I like it. I like the chicken, very tender.
Ooh, yay! I used a blend of chicken breast and chicken thigh. So in the game, you can get poultry just by hunting in the game, like what Link does. And then they have this like tabantha wheat that you could do. They don't show the character making it, but Link can make it into these little pocket pies, and I think it's so cute. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you liked today's episode. Please let me know what you want to see in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!